if you're not giving your all, there's somebody out there who is.
With the music, I'm always just putting my greatest effort. You know what I'm saying? No matter what's going on.
So when did Millyz ask you to come on tour?
Shortly before he went, you know what I mean? We just chopped it up and about what it was going to take, and you know what I'm saying, made it happen from there. One of the best experiences I've had to date.
And from my research, I know that Show Love was something that came from a friend that you met.
Yeah, in jail, yeah. I'm seeing people that I know from the street in the mental health block, they taking pills and Thorazine, and they like zombies and shit. And I'm meeting people who never going home, and it's just like, damn, yo, this can't be it for me.
You know, how does having a good memory affect your freestyles too? And like, you know what I mean? Do you just like think of a line and then you could just keep going and going and going?
This rap shit, I had Ice prior, I had Brick in the right tire, and now I'm interviewing on the podcast here with Mike Squires.
Welcome to the Mike Squires and Friends podcast. I'm your host, Mike Squires, and today I'm joined by my good friend, Sholy. Sholy, aka The Holy One, is an incredible rapper from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Sholy and I got to talk about how he connected with Millyz and how he ended up on tour with him. We talk about some of his freestyles going on Sway and Shade 45. I also talked to Sholy about him getting locked up and the moment he realized that he wanted to do something else with his life. The Mike Squires and Friends podcast is proudly sponsored by DistroKid. Looking to broaden your musical horizons as an artist? Discover DistroKid. With its smooth and rewarding music distribution platform, DistroKid offers unlimited uploads while ensuring artists retain 100% of their royalties and earnings. Join the community of over 1 million artists who trust DistroKid to distribute their music across major platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, TikTok, Tidal, and Instagram. Having personally used DistroKid since 2018, I can attest to its superiority amongst distribution services. Collaborating with fellow artists has become effortless, especially with the ability to easily send splits of songs, streamlining the creative process. With the DistroKid app, accessing these benefits is now more convenient than ever. Safely sign up with 2-factor authentication, upload releases on the fly, monitor earnings, and withdraw funds from your DistroKid bank. Stay updated on royalties through push notifications, effortlessly share hyperfollow links, manage account details seamlessly, and track streaming stats from Spotify and Apple. Additionally, explore Mixia for professional-grade mastering, DistroVid for music video distribution, and Instant Share for secure file sharing with collaborators, producers, and more. The DistroKid app is available on both iOS and Android. Download it today from the App Store or Google Play Store to revolutionize your music career. Visit distrokid.com/VIP/Mike Squires to get 30% off your first year membership. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of Mike Squires and Friends. Sholy, welcome to the Mike Squires and Friends podcast.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
You know, just living life. It's been a good day. How you feeling today?
I'm all right, man. Everything cool, striving.
Yeah, I want to know Sholy's story, dude. And I know you grew up in Bridgeport. Mm-hmm. What was it like growing up in Bridgeport?
Man, it depends on what stage of my life, but you know, it's the early stages of my life, you know, is a lot about sports. You know what I'm saying? Basketball was a big thing in my city, so, you know, if you was nice, you'd play around town, going, you know what I mean, playing people from the other side of town. Rap was a big deal growing up. There was a lot of crime, a lot of drug addiction. There was a lot of gangs. It wasn't like Bloods and Crips in my city, but it was a lot of local gangs like NFL, Nation, Brotherhood, Latin Kings, and shit like that. So in the 90s, Bridgeport was like rough. It still is, but yeah, it was different when I was growing up compared to now.
How do you feel it's gotten better over the years?
I don't know if it got better per se, but like I feel like the same crime is happening, but it's more of like an underworld thing. You know what I'm saying? So back when I was growing up, it was like right in front of you, everywhere you was. You know what I mean? Everybody was on the street corner. Like now it's kind of, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? The drug dealers might have their clientele call them on the phones and they meeting people on side blocks. And, you know, it's a little more discreet today. It's the same thing, it's just more discreet.
Yeah, I want to talk to you about your journey because I know that your mom got you a boombox early on.
Yeah, for sure.
What were some of the, you know, who would you listen to on that boombox?
I feel like that shit shaped me as a writer, bro, because she got me shit like, she got me tapes like, she got me Capital Punishment by Big Pun, and she got me Aquemini by Outkast. And those, like, I to this day, I don't know why she got me them, because I know she don't listen to Big Pun or Outkast. And it's just like, I don't know why, but them was like real influential, you know what I'm saying? Because Andre 3000, Big Boy Pun, like they some of the most dexterous MCs as far as flow and cadence and pocket.
Yeah, dude.
And I was listening to them real early, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was a big mold on me as a writer.
Yeah, I also saw a young photo, like a young Sholey photo of you in Houston.
Yeah, that's where I was born.
Okay, so at what point do you come from Houston to Connecticut?
I came young. Like, I don't even really remember living in Houston like that. Maybe 3. I was like 3 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I had a song about that, and I was kind of detailing it, but a lot of it was, not a lot of it, but some of it was like my father and mother's accounts of what was happening. But yeah, I came here. Yeah, I remember Bridgeport.
Yeah.
Like, I remember my life starting in Bridgeport.
Yeah, because I saw the photo I saw, you were like,
A baby.
yeah, dude. And you talked about sports a little bit, and you played football. How do you think playing football, because I know with sports, you know, it's demanding, and, you know, there's a lot that goes into it. How do you think playing, like, football has affected your grind just overall?
One of the things that I take with me from football is, you know, you got to compete. You got to give 100% regardless of what's going on. So whether you up 30 or you down 30, you got to compete because it's dangerous. You can't be half-assing out there like somebody had clean your clock off. You get what I'm saying? If you out there half-assing and not giving your all, somebody would knock your ass out. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be giving your all no matter what is happening.
And I think it's important to do that because if you're not giving your all, there's somebody out there who is.
Yeah, but you know that translates into a lot of other shit in life. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm with the music, I'm always just putting my greatest effort. You know what I'm saying? No matter what's going on.
So at what point do you get into music?
I always been into music, bro. Always. I kind of started off just like memorizing other people's shit, and it was just like my cousins, they'll be like, yo, rap this song. Because it was like I had an uncanny memory. So a song might come out and I'll know all the words to it a couple days later, like every single word. And after a while, it was just like, I want to say my own shit.
Yeah.
And I've been rapping forever, bro.
I kind of want to talk about your memory a little later, but one thing I want to ask you is when you started getting into making your own music, you know, were your friends and family supportive?
I ain't just come out and be like, yo, I rap now. Like, I was rapping for years before I presented it to people. So when I presented it to people, I was really confident in what the fuck I was doing. And it wasn't an overwhelming amount of support, but I didn't get a lot of pushback either.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was, I don't know if they thought that I would be like doing it this many years later.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you young and you tell somebody you want to do something, they might be like, all right. And they think it's a passing thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you have a lot of friends from back then that, you know, see you now and they're like, oh, Sholey's really out here now?
Yeah.
That's a fair answer, dude.
Yeah.
No, I feel that, dude. Well, let's bring it back to, like, you know, school days. Were you a good student?
For the most part, I always had like a balance of being a wild kid, but being intelligent. And as a kid, I kind of struggled with that balance because, you know, where I'm from, like, being smart was like a knock on you. Like, he's a nerd or he's a geek. So I used to kind of try to dumb that down and fit in with everybody else. But, you know, over time, I came to realize, like, it's nothing wrong with being smart. And, you know, I would just balance the two.
Did you find that, you know, you were really doing well in school, but you'd, like, keep that low key from your friends?
Nah, it wasn't like that. It was just, you know, you could be a know-it-all. You know, you could be correcting people too often or just wielding your sword a little bit too freely. And it's just like, yo, you don't need to wear the fucking intelligence on your sleeve all day, every day. Like, you know what you know, and that's cool. But sometimes people just want to fucking be stupid, or not even be stupid, just relax and, shoot the shit about nothing, or casual conversation that's not that deep.
Yeah.
So.
You said you were wilding out. What were you doing, dude?
Just assimilating, man. Wanting to be accepted, wanting to be like the people around me, skipping class, chasing after the girls, trying to get the clothes and the sneakers, and fighting shit like that. But I never got kicked out of school, or I never felt off a sports team or nothing like that. So it was just balancing it. I never did in high school. I never did as well as I could do if I was like a devoted student, but I did enough, I felt like.
Yeah, and then at what point are you releasing your first project?
Man, I want to say 2005.
Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't like as who I am now. So it was just some kid shit in the studio.
Yeah, so what point are you dropping a project under who you are now?
2005. Yeah, like 2015 or 16. Whenever Show Love came out.
Yeah, and from my research, I know that Show Love was something that came from a friend that you met.
Yeah, in jail. Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Talk about whatever you want.
Yeah. So, I know you got locked up. What time, like while you were in jail, like how was your perspective changed once you got out?
I just kind of knew what I wanted to be doing and what I didn't want to be doing. And when I went to jail in 2013 for the second time.
Okay.
And I was in jail from 2013 to 2015. And a lot changed for me in them years. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like life was passing me by in there. And you see a lot, man. I met lifers that was never going home. I met people with 30 and 40 years. Like I don't know why it happened the way it did, because I had narcotic convictions. So typically when you get in Connecticut, when you get convicted, your level is based on the severity of your offense. So a drug conviction or a DUI or some shit like that will be like you a level 2, it'll be minimum security. If you get caught for assault or like a gun or some shit, you might be like a level 3. If you go to jail for like murder or kidnapping or assault 1 or some shit, you'll be like a level 4. And level 5 is like super max, like you a chronic offender, you keep disregarding the rules of the prison, or you might be fighting COs or constantly fighting other inmates, you end up like super max.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So when I went to jail, I was convicted of a level 2 offense. And I was in level 3s and level 4s and all types of shit. And it was eye-opening to me, because level 2 jails, they don't really bother you. You understand what I'm saying? So when you in a level 2 jail, it's set up like it's like a room full of bunk beds, and they call them cubes. So it's like, it's not a wall that goes up to the ceiling. It's just cinder blocks that go up high enough to separate it.
Okay, that makes sense.
So it's a bunch of cubes with cinder blocks and bunk beds and shit. And it might be give or take 100 people. And then it's a day room with tables and TVs and shit. So you get up, you walk around, you play cards, you play chess, you go outside, play basketball, you eat, shower, work out, get on the phone, joke with your boys or whatever, and you just go on about it. It's like not that intense. It's like, all right, whatever. And that's the first time I went to jail. I was in a level 2 the entire time. So when I went home, I was back selling crack the day I got home from jail, the first time I went to jail. Because it was just like, jail is nothing. You get what I'm saying? I went to jail, I played basketball, played chess, ate honey buns and bullshit, and went home. And it was just like, this is nothing.
And are you focused on music a lot while you're in jail too?
Not the first time I was in jail, because I was still more focused on street shit.
Yeah.
But the second time I went to jail, like I said, I ended up in level 4s. I ended up in Cheshire, Garner. So I'm bumping into people who was in jail since 89, 91. And they asking me about, yo, you from the terrace, or you know this person, you know that person? Yeah, last time I seen him was It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And they just wearing the shit like normal. And you know what I'm saying? I'm in Garner. I'm seeing people that I know from the street in the mental health block. They taking pills and Thorazine and they like zombies and shit. And I'm meeting people who never going home, and it's just like, damn, yo, this can't be it for me. You know what I'm saying? So that was just like something that made me be a little bit more focused on what I wanted to do.
Yeah. What made you realize that though? You know, because some people just like kind of fall down the path and they continue down it. Like, what made you realize this wasn't for you?
Everybody realizes it.
Okay.
Everybody realizes it. Don't be fooled. Everybody realizes that. But
what makes the difference?
What makes the difference is how much you want something. Typically money. It could be status, it could be power, but mostly it's money. So if you let's say you go to jail right now, and I'll use you in your real situation as an example. Let's say you got a doctor that'll write you bullshit prescriptions, and you getting Percocets and Suboxones, and you making you selling the Percocets, you selling 30s for $25 a pill or $22 a pill, and you getting them 500 at a time through little prescriptions. You going here, you filling them all out, and you selling 100 pills for $2,200. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm following.
You doing that consistently, and you go to jail for 2 years. Is that enough to stop you from making $2,200 every day?
It's tricky.
You might roll the dice again, like, I just got to tweak something.
So it becomes kind of like part of it's just kind of part of it. It's like, what, like business? Like, you know what I mean? It's a cost of business?
It's definitely an occupational hazard, but, you know, you might fall off a skyscraper and die to make a living. You might get killed in Iraq being a soldier. You might get electrocuted working on the train track.
Everybody's got their own risk, dude.
I think people consider the risk and just proceed. I don't think nobody is, maybe kids who never been through it, but I don't think a lot of people are aloof to what the fuck is going on. It's just, it's magnetic, man, because, you know, everybody is getting a different type of money.
Yeah.
But there are some people that's making so much money that's like, how can I not do this?
Yeah. I want to ask you one more question and then transition into music.
Yeah.
But what got you into, you know what I mean, the trouble?
Just being where I'm from, man. You know, my brothers is a lot older than I am. I got two brothers who 8 years older than me, and, you know, they was in and out of jail when I was growing up. My sister was in and out of jail. You know, the people that you see thriving, they got Mustangs and 300Z Nissans and gold chains. They sell drugs. And, you know, you get like, you start coming to age, and the people who are a little bit older than you or even your age that get into the street before you see their first little glimmer of success, and it's like, why I'm not doing that? I need to, you get what I'm saying? And I wish that I had access to more successful people doing other shit, because that probably would have offset it. But I ain't really see nobody who was living the life that I wanted to live, doing it the right way.
Yeah, so how soon are you dropping music after you get out?
Which time?
The second time.
Shit. Kind of quick, but it was like SoundCloud shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I got out of jail, I started doing freestyles, this shit called Sholy Sundays or whatever. But that's when I made the transition into Sholy, is when I came home that second time. And I want to say Show Love might have came out in 2017.
Yeah, that's what I saw, dude.
But like, you know, I was, even to this day, I could manage a buzz with freestyles.
Yeah, dude.
So I could work on music, and I could manage to retain people's attention by just dropping rap shit, or like I might go on some shit like this and rap live, or go on bars on I-95, the radio, whatever. I could manage to keep people entertained while I'm creating my music.
I want to talk to you about your freestyles too in a little bit, because that is a huge part of Sholy in my opinion.
For sure.
But I want to go a little bit through the journey. So the first project you drop is Show Love. What's the inspiration for that project?
Hater shit. Hater culture. Like, where I'm from, bro, like, it's like a lot of hater shit, bro. Like, I don't know why or for what, bro, but like, my city super territorial. Niggas from the north don't like niggas from the west, or the east don't like niggas from the, it's just a lot of cliquish shit where, Like, man, fuck them niggas. We them niggas. Like, it's just very, very like.
Bridgeport gets a bad rap, dude. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. It be love, like with certain people, but a lot of this shit just be like dead energy. Like, a lot of shit be dead energy, and I can't blame them because not a lot of people made it from where I'm from. So it's like somebody telling you they want to work for NASA. Like, what?
You know, I have something that I say. It's hard for people to see your vision sometimes, especially if they don't have the same vision as you, because if they came from the same place as you, you know what I mean? It's hard to imagine.
But yeah,
getting to those next levels.
The show love shit was just me wanting to establish a different narrative. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it came at the right time because it was entrepreneurship was starting to become a thing, not just in Bridgeport, but in America. So it was a lot of people opening restaurants and bars and girls doing their thing with hair salons and selling eyelashes, and just a lot of people was just coming into their own as businessmen and women, and it was just like show love is a good mantra to, you know what I mean, kind of water your community with. So it's just like, yo, you got something going on? All right, I'm going to show love. I'm going to support it. I'm going to post it. I'm going to pull up to your event or your mixer and, you know what I mean, just present a new mindset.
Yeah. What was one of the first moments of success you saw?
In music?
Yeah.
Probably like bars on I-95, my freestyle on bars on I-95. I like my music. People supported it. The streams did decent, and I felt like the support was local. But the bars on I-95 freestyle, I feel like that's the first thing that kind of like took me out of the area. So it was going crazy on YouTube, and that was the first time I got a lot of response from people who I felt like didn't know me at all, without no bias.
Yeah, and I feel like it dominoed into a lot of other opportunities too, because I saw you on Sway too. How was it like going on Sway?
Part of me, yeah. I wanted to. Sway is a legend.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up off Sway, like I grew up off Flex, Clue. Like, Sway always been one of them guys. So when you're an MC, you got like a bucket list of places that you want to go. You want to go here, there, there. Sway was one of them places. And so when I got up there, it was just like, I'm gonna have my sword sharp. I'm gonna be ready. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have my bars tucked. Like, I was ready for that, and it just went the way I wanted it to go. Shout out to them, shout out to Heather B, shout out to everybody up there, for sure.
I was gonna ask, how did that opportunity come to be?
I think AB might have had something to do with it. I'm not sure, but I think AB might have nudged them. And me and Sway, we was going back and forth for a while before I actually went up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you also were on Shade 45?
Yeah, rest in peace, K. Slay.
Yeah.
He showed me love up there. I went up there. And I went up there with K. Slay. And I went up there with Static Selector as well.
Oh, amazing, dude.
I forget the other kid name, but I went up there to freestyle on Toka Tuesdays. I forget the actual name, but
it's cool that all these opportunities are happening too, because I also know you went to iHeart.
Yeah.
What was that all about, dude?
Shout out to my bro E Double, man. He do iHeartRadio up Boston. He do iHeartRadio, and he got a platform called the Launchpad.
Okay.
I just went up there to talk my shit, man. You know, the same thing I do everywhere else.
Yeah, and you're a father too.
Yeah.
How has that affected your creative process?
It ain't affect my creative process so much, but it just changed the way I look at life.
How so?
I had a son. My son is gonna be 13, but my daughter, she just turned 2, and my daughter just gives me like a different vantage point. Like, it's like so much shit I feel like I got to be prepared for. Like, with your son, you want to arm them into, you know, being able to sustain themselves, but with your daughter, it's just like you kind of want to set the stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just makes me think of the future a lot more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you're probably like conscious of decisions you make. Listen, I've dabbled with the idea of becoming a dad. I haven't, you know what I mean? Just the idea of it. I can't, like, you know, when you became a father, you know, what was like did something like change inside you where it's like, oh, I gotta like put on for my son now?
When I had my son, it was like, you know, it's super duper rewarding because, you know, that's my little man. It's like another you in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As a man, it's like another you. So you want to tell them everything you know and you want to keep them sharp. And you know,
was it scary at all?
Not really.
I get scared. That's why I bring it up.
It's not scary, man. If you it might feel scary now, but if you had a kid, you know, the moment that you saw him or her, it would change everything. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you would just want to give them the best, I imagine.
Yeah,
you
dude.
just want to give them the best. And you know, it's like with my daughter, for example, because me and my son don't live together. My son lives with his mother.
Yeah.
So I pick him up very often, and you know, he'll sleep over and shit like that. But like, I wake up to my daughter, and it's like impossible to have a bad day after that. Like,
no, that is amazing.
You get what I'm saying?
I think I'm gonna I'll keep having a kid on my ideas list for now. You know what I mean? But maybe one day. I want to bring it back to music real quick. And at what point do you connect with Millyz?
Millyz hit me. I don't know if it came through E-Double. I want to say it came through E-Double, but Millyz hit me about getting on his album, which was crazy. I didn't expect that. And he was just like, yo, I'm doing a record, yo. I need you to put such and such on it. And I was like, hell yeah. And he was like, yeah, I'm saying whatever you need. I was like, I don't need nothing. So I went to the studio. I did the verse. It was a record called Breakthrough. And it was me, G Nipsey, OT The Real, two other dudes. I forget their names off the top of my head, but it was just like a posse cut.
Oh, that's amazing.
And yeah, I got my shit off on there. Then I ended up going on tour with him after that.
I was just gonna bring that up. So when did Millyz ask you to come on tour?
Shortly before he went. Yeah, I mean, we just chopped it up and about what it was going to take, and you know what I'm saying, made it happen from there.
It's amazing.
One of the best experiences I've had to date.
I want to talk to you about tour. What's one of your favorite memories from tour?
Finding out that I wasn't crazy.
That's fair, dude, because you feel like you were just grinding at it for so long, and then to finally get out there is what you're saying?
No, getting the reactions from my music that I wasn't getting locally. And it's just like, I don't know if people, because they have access to you or they can touch you, they feel like, and this is like a light bulb going off in my head right now, but I think maybe people feel like their contribution to you could be advice. So if they don't have a lot of money to offer you or anything of tangible value, maybe they feel like their contribution to you could be, yo, you should make music about, or you should rap like this. And it's like, around the way, I would get a lot of, yo, you need to talk this shit. Yo, this is what the streets need. And when I was on the road, they was eating my shit up. And it's like, I don't need to do nothing different.
Dude, you're getting me fired up over here. Because one thing that I know is that the people around you will not support you until other people do, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't get the amount of Connecticut love I have now until my song was popping off in Germany, dude. And then do you feel like with you, when you went on tour, the energy was different when you got back?
I don't know, because I got a little bit, but when I got back, I left to do some shows with Web. And
so you're just so busy that it was hard to pay attention.
Yeah, I fucked my leg up right after that, so I was on bed rest for like 2 months. So I don't know, honestly. I'm kind of just getting back outside as far as being around here. Yeah,
and touring can be such a, crazy roller coaster of emotions, dude.
It's tricky in a way, like, and the only thing that I can relate it to is like being in college. For anybody who ever been to college, when you like go back to where you from, people kind of moved on without you. So it'd be people who would hit me, and the tour I did with Millyz was from, I want to say, early May to late June. And somebody hit you in August like, yo, you back? And it's like, nigga, I've been back.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying? So people just kind of move on without you. And, you kind of got reemerge or not.
Yeah. Is there something that happened on the road? Because I know I've had my fair share of like tires fall off or like, you know, late to a show or, you know what I mean? Like things happen, you know. Is there something you can remember that like?
It was a bunch of shit happening. Like I want to say like a shooting happened in Phoenix and the show got canceled.
That's crazy, dude.
You know what I'm saying? But
you guys didn't do the show at all?
No.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know exactly what happened, but the show got canceled. I had met Matty Ice that day, you know what I'm saying? So Millyz, they had like a mansion out there or whatever. And I went to the mansion, I met Matty Ice, freestyle for him out there. That was hard. But yeah, it was a bunch of, it was a bunch of shit going on.
Yeah, dude.
The LA show, like Mozzie performed and I didn't even know he was home from jail.
Oh, wow. That's crazy, dude.
At the LA show, he bought out Bia, Mozzie.
Bia's so fire.
Killer Twine, rest in peace, Nipsey. Killer Twine was his artist. He was in the building. It was a lot of shit going on. The Asian boys was in the building. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot moving around. It was a lot going on.
Touring is really cool though, but it's almost like it just happens so fast. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you're just meeting so many people so quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, is there anybody that you met on the tour, or like even we could talk about like fan experiences too? Like, are you down there like trying to meet with as many people after the shows? Or
see, me and my boys was bumping heads over that because at the New York show and the Boston show, it was kind of like star-studded. And I didn't really care to be like backstage after the show. And, you know what I mean? One of my boys was like, yo, you got to take pictures with the, I ain't got to name names, but yo, you got to get some flicks in. And I was like, man, I want to go touch the people who the fans are.
Yeah.
So I was outside, and outside the Boston show and the New York show, I was just getting a lot of, like, it's documented. It's a bunch of, yo, you killed that shit, bro. Like, yo, you was up there rapping with no vocals behind your shit. You was killing it. Yo, I'm a fan. So I was getting that, taking pictures, trying to secure them into like fandom.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think it goes a long way too, where it's like, you know, someone could watch the show and then they like your music. You know what I mean? They like your music. But if you come out and you know what I mean and just show who you are and just like, you know, show that you're not like this like impossible to touch figure, like you might actually make the strength of it stronger.
It's delicate, but I had a post that went viral over that exact topic where I was just like, yo, like the music, and maybe I could clarify it in this moment, but I was trying to explain like the music isn't enough.
The music is not
to make
enough.
Somebody a fan of you. The music is the introduction to making somebody a fan of you, and it's super duper important. But I think people was misunderstanding that I was saying music doesn't matter and all this other shit does. But I'm saying it's the music in concert with your brand,
dude.
your image, your marketing, your rollout, your likability, your angle, your relatability.
Music's like 30% of the battle, dog.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to, you know what I'm saying? So I was just trying to secure that off the mic presence, say, yo, he a cool dude or he not an asshole.
Yeah, and the fact that, the thing is most artists don't realize exactly what you're saying too. And it hurts them because like, you know, it's unrealistic to just put out a song and just be like, all right, guys.
But it's so fucked up because there's people that are pretending that that's the path.
Dude, I can't.
So it's somebody who got a $500,000 budget, and I don't want to use the term industry plant, but you know, there's people who got their shot without having to do the same legwork as the indie artists based on their talent or relationships, whatever it is. And, you know, they'll get in front of, man, I feel like I'm coming out with a cold.
You're good, dude.
They'll get in front of like a camera and be like, yeah, yo, I put the song out and it just caught fire. And it's like, yo, that's not your fucking story.
That's not what happened. Dude, but you know, I'm starting to realize this more and more, but I think if you are an artist on the rise right now, I think you got to put in some grind as like an independent artist because there's no reason you should be signing a deal if you don't even understand what the heck is happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, in everyone's situation,
I grew up in the era, though, that a deal was like making it to the NBA.
Yeah. No, and that's...
So my train of thought is evolving as I make more money as an independent artist and I'm learning the path to, You know what I mean? Being sustainable more and more.
Yeah.
But, you know, as a kid or even as a teenager, it was just like, yo, this contract with this label validates you.
Yeah.
And if you don't have it, then you're not valid.
Well, that's the thing, too. Like, being an independent artist kind of came up simultaneously with, like, the internet, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Where it's like, as things got more popular and platforms got more popular, you becoming an independent artist was more possible versus, like,
for sure.
At that time, like, you know, I mean, I can't even imagine trying to get my, like, CDs in the stores back when, like, you know what I mean? Like, what? You know what I mean? It's like, that is a different grind back then, dude.
Sure.
Yeah, dude. Do you have any advice for up-and-coming artists?
Just be aware of who your audience is, I would say.
No, that is really important, too. Can you want to, like, dial in on that, and, like, why do you say that?
Because there's people who are exceptions, who's an exception to the rule, like a Drake or, you know, just somebody of that magnitude that could kind of jump into different bags. Everybody doesn't have the luxury to do that or the talent to do that. You get what I'm saying? And it's so important that you figure out who your audience is and what they buy from you. And a lot of people don't speak to that, but it's like, for example, you could be a ladies' man in real life, and it might not be perceptible to the audience that you're a ladies' man. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can rap about having girls falling off of you and chasing you around, and I just might not buy it because you don't look or seem like that kind of guy.
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to what you were saying with, like, the full package. It's more than just the music. Yeah. It's like, you know, your brand's got to align with it too. Like, everything's got to, like, line up.
Yeah, so you could be talking about murder and killing people and all that, and I just might not get that from you.
Yeah, or, like, if I was saying that, dog, like...
But you could be a fucking mass murderer.
This is true.
Like, who's to say? I just might not believe you. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm going on the record and saying that I'm not a mass murderer real quick. Just real fast.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's like, what are people going to accept from you? And, you know, if you really delve into people's catalogs and before they made it, you'll see that they might have tweaked something or changed something up.
Found themselves is what I like to say.
Yeah, found themselves as an artist for sure, or they, you know, their voice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, this is what people want from me, or this is what people like me to do.
Yeah. You did a freestyle, too, over a Mobb Deep beat, right?
A bunch of them.
And then Havoc commented on it, though.
Yeah.
That's what I want to talk about. Yeah.
That was crazy. Shout out to Hav, man. That shit was you know, Havoc is one of them ones for me. Like, Havoc is one of them ones for me. The way people regard Kanye and Dre and shit like that, like, Havoc is in that conversation for me.
How did it feel getting that cosign from him?
It was crazy, bro, because, you know, like, Prodigy was one of my favorite rappers at a point. And, you know, the Quiet Storm instrumental, I feel like it's one of the best beats ever. And that shit make people sound good who not even that good. Like, if somebody just come and they rap on the Quiet Storm beat, 9 times out of 10, that shit sound good.
Yeah.
But I got on there and he commented, and I was just like, oh shit, he respect my hand at this. Like, it was fire.
No, that is a good feeling, dude. I want to talk to you about your freestyle process too, because, and this kind of like earlier in this, you mentioned something about your memory. Yeah. Like, you have a good memory. So, you know, how does having a good memory affect your freestyles too? And like, how does it work? Like, you know what I mean? Do you just like think of a line and then you could just keep going and going and going?
Essentially, yeah.
That's crazy. Like,
I'm not. And that's another conversation. What's the difference between a freestyle and off the head?
Yeah.
A lot of people think freestyle means impromptu rap, and that ain't what a freestyle is. But I'm not coming up with the rap as I'm rapping. I might be coming up with the rap on my way to go do it or a couple of days prior, but I'm just putting it together in my head. I don't write rap on paper. So I'm thinking of raps in my head over and over and over, and I'm saying the lines.
Yeah. So, like, how much, like, practice goes into, like, you know, bars on I-95?
You just say it until you remember it.
That's crazy. And, like, you're just going through it, and are they selecting the beat for you, or, like, how is this working?
Sometimes they select the beat for you. Sometimes you select the beat, but I'll just be going through it like, yeah, for this rap shit, I had Ice prior, I had Brick in the right tire, and now I'm interviewing on the podcast here with Mike Squires. And then I'll take that and be like, all right, I'm going to build on that.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
I'm going to build on that. And you know what I'm saying, you go where you go, or, you know what I'm saying, you switch the flow or the cadence, but it's just like you start at the beginning. I start at the beginning, so I keep remembering.
Yeah, but you articulate it very well, too. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's a lot of people, like, who couldn't even just do that. You know what I mean? Where it's like, get through the, puzzle. But, it's a talent to, like, be able to puzzle piece words together.
Yeah, but I'm really trying to tell a story, so that makes it a little bit more easy because my point of reference is, shit that I really seen and done and felt.
Yeah. I want to talk to you, too. I had Shump on a little while ago, and he talked about a moment at his birthday party. You know what I'm talking about?
Fuck yeah, I know what you're talking about. Legendary.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Can we talk about it?
It need to be out.
It was like a cipher, right?
It need to be out. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit need to be out. I got the footage. I don't know who else. I know Mike got the footage, but it was one of them moments. Like, it was one of them moments.
We gotta Infinity Stone this together, dude.
When it happened, it was still COVID going on.
Yeah.
So when it happened, I was like, man, they was hiring them theaters for pennies.
For the people that are listening that have no idea what we're talking about, can we paint a picture for them?
All right, so Shump having a birthday party up in his studio in, I want to say, Watertown or Wolcott, whatever.
The energy's already crazy off that.
Energy is crazy. Liquor is flowing. Weed is flowing. There's niggas there. There's bitches there. Everybody got on their Sunday's best. The music is bumping or whatever. And I go in the back room, and it's like when you close the door, like all the music and shit that's going on, you can still hear it, but it's like faint. And you can really hear what's happening in the room. Like, you can have a conversation like this.
Yes.
So it felt like some mafioso back room underneath the restaurant type shit. That's how I felt in my mind. So I'm in there. Annoyed is in there. Mike Flows is in there. Shump, his brother, Mud. You know what I'm saying? And you get me and Annoyed somewhere, it's almost like it gotta happen.
Dude, it's like a room full of Connecticut's best spitters, dude.
Yeah, but that shit is like, you know what I'm saying? Me and Annoyed, we got a rapport like crazy, but at that point we was cool, but it was just like let me hear something, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, like, I don't want to exaggerate, but it'd be like Kobe and Mike just being in the gym together. Like, what?
Yeah, let me see something.
You know what I'm saying? So we locked eyes, and it was like, what we doing? And the shit just happened. You know what I'm saying? He kicked the verse. He went for a couple minutes, went crazy. Mike Flows went for a couple minutes, went crazy. I went for a couple minutes, went crazy. And somebody happened to have like a real camera. It wasn't like no camera phone shit. Somebody had like a real camera capturing the whole shit. So
I'm on the hunt now, dude.
I can show it to you.
Oh, I want to see, dude. I saw a little clip on here.
Yeah, it was just like I think Noe was gonna say the freestyle somewhere else, and it was just like, yo, don't put this out yet. Cause I'm gonna kick this shit somewhere.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And after a while, you forget the shit that's in your phone or whatever. It's crazy though. That was a moment for sure.
Yeah, no, I definitely have heard about it too, and the way that Shump described it too. It's been described to me as this iconic moment that I just
the way I described it. Did he describe it differently?
It's the same energy, dog. Okay. It's like, you know what I mean. They all talk about it as being just like this moment.
Yeah, because it was like, I remember one of the lines that I said. And that's one of my favorite things in rap is like getting a reaction from people.
Yeah.
Like, not the internet, not the comments, like people. Like
yeah.
a room full of people. Could you make them make that noise like somebody just stabbed them in the gut? Like,
yeah.
Like, could you do that? That to me is one of the highest compliments of an MC.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So you can sit here and fuck around till you get the right melody or pocket, and then you can put the auto-tune and all that cool shit, but like, can you be in a room with 60 people and just make them go, ah?
Do you have a line of yours that comes to mind that you wrote that you're just like...
No, that's what I'm saying. It
has to be on the spot.
It happened that night, though.
That's crazy.
It happens to me often anyway, but it was that night where I was like, the fourth quarter with a minute left, trying not to miss a step, going through my options like Vic at Virginia Tech.
Yeah, dude.
And everybody in the room was like, "Oh my God!" Like dude. It was just like the air left the room when I said that shit,
dude. Because you know what. I used to watch like a lot of battle rap too back in the day. And like I feel like I don't see it as much anymore, but like the energy, like when someone would say something, like it was crazy, dude. I want to talk to you about your albums though. Yeah. So we talked a little bit about Show Love 1. We're going into Show Love 2, dude. Yeah. So what inspired you to create that album?
Just wanting to, raise the bar or you know what I'm saying, meet the expectations of the prior work, because the Show Love 1, it was received very well. And the merch kind of took off from there, the Show Love brand. I
want to talk to you about that too. Yeah.
So that was the birth of the whole shit. And Show Love 2 was just like, you gotta come back around.
How do you feel your perspective changed from the first one?
From then to now, or from Show Love 1 to 2?
Show Love 1 to 2.
It was a little bit more cocky. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really that. And y'all gotta acknowledge me as that.
Yeah, but you're also getting better at your craft too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's always happening. As long as you keep studying, that's always gonna happen. But it was just me kind of stepping into my own, I feel like, and things change, your outlook on life it get different. You know what I'm saying? You're not as silly as you was, or silly might not be the right word, but you like growing up, and you know what I mean, different shit is starting to get important to you.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just a little growth.
Yeah, let's talk Dope Sample.
That was a wild concept album to me. It was called Dope Sample because all the songs on there was samples.
Yeah.
It was produced by Shump, top to bottom.
Oh, that's fire.
And a dope sample is like when you give heroin to people so they can know how good it is.
Double entendre there.
Yeah, it was a double entendre. And you know what I'm saying? I was just picking out the samples and sending them to him, and he was flipping and bouncing them. And we got Ice Cream out the deal. One of my favorite records off there was the intro, which was a boot camp click flip. But it was a lot on there that I fuck with. That joint was, I like that shit a lot.
You know, when I think of like albums and discographies, like I know with even my personal releases, I kind of associate them with like different times of my life.
Yeah.
Is there something that you associate with the time of creating Dope Sample?
The pandemic.
Yeah. I mean, we were there. We were all there.
Yeah, but that was it. Albums definitely mark time for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I use a lot of shit to mark time, but I mark time with music a lot. So, like, if somebody say it was this year, I'll be like, nah, it was this year. Jeezy shit was out. Like,
yeah, dude.
I remember it was 2008, it was this album. Or, nah, it was 2012, I was playing this, I was wearing this.
Yeah.
So music is like a marker of time for me.
Yeah, and it's weird because, you probably grew up and, like, there were certain songs that, like, you probably feel nostalgic about and, like, mark certain eras. But now you're to the point where you're making your own music. And you're like, yo, I was, during this part of my life, this is where I was at when I made this.
Yeah, I remember a lot of shit like that. Like, Plies, Plenty Money was like that for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in Miami, Memorial Day weekend. We had Doje. You know what I'm saying? All the little hotspot clubs at the time. We on Ocean Ave, chasing girls around. And it's just like Plenty Money is the theme song for that time period. Like, you know what I'm saying? But for myself, I just try to make music that's gonna encapsulate a time and tell a story about what was happening around then. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm working on right now too.
Yeah, let's go into Billions, dude.
Yeah.
Billions. So what was life looking around Billions?
That was produced by 183rd, and the term Billions came from the show I was watching called Billions.
Yeah.
And it just had me feeling super ambitious and
inspired.
Yeah, Bobby Axelrod type shit. So I just wanted to channel that feeling into making music.
What motivates you?
Legacy.
So that's important to you. You want to like, what's important to you with your legacy?
Being in the rankings with the best people that ever came through.
That's what I want to hear, dude.
As an MC though, not a pop star. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I do get what you're saying.
It's not as a pop star. Like I want to be seen as one of the best craftsmen to come through. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my muse.
Yeah, like you're talking about being listed with like the greats, dude.
Yeah.
What do you think is the thing that gets you there?
Consistency, body of work, new flows, content. And when I say content, I don't mean like Instagram content. I mean like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who you telling the story for? Who you speaking for? And I feel like that's one of the most important things to me is who you speaking for.
Who are you speaking for?
You get what I'm saying? And that shit get lost a lot today, and I try not to let it bother me a lot, but it's like rap especially, it's so much about like what you got and material shit, which I'm into material shit. I'm into cars and diamonds and clothes and shit like that, but that ain't what rap is about for real. So it's just like, if you don't got A, B, and C, people don't want to hear you. And it's like, yo, the essence of rap is about struggle and oppression and having a voice. You get what I'm saying? So if you take that off the table, then what the fuck is this? You get what I'm saying?
I do, dude. What's a struggle that you've had to overcome in your career?
Man, a million. A million. Like I said, man, having to risk my life to finance the shit. Just having to defy the odds with people feeling like it can't happen from somebody from Connecticut. Having to reestablish what Connecticut is to people who don't know what the fuck this shit is, because it's somebody who thinks Connecticut is Ridgefield. You get what I'm saying? Respectfully.
No, I know there's a lot of different aspects of Connecticut.
There's a lot of different parts of Connecticut, but a person might know Stamford and Stamford today.
Yeah, that's what I'm Stamford today. Like
Stamford today, or Greenwich, or you know what I'm saying, whatever the fuck they think Connecticut is. And when I'm saying my mother went on dope binges for days straight and came back with the shit she boosted to save face. My daddy taught me to be grateful at the same rate. So even though ramen noodles had to say grace, I gotta establish that was my life in Connecticut. Like, I'm not from Greenwich. This is what the fuck I'm from, and this is what it's like, and I lost this many friends and this, that, and the other. I got to paint that picture and show people so they can really accept that from me and other people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to stand what a place is for somebody who don't know.
Yeah. How important is staying true to you? It's the most important.
Turnkey. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to sound like no fucking purist or nothing like that, but you know what I'm saying? If you got an image or a brand that you representing that ain't who you are, I don't wish you to fail or nothing like that, but it's important to me.
That's what I'm saying too, because there are a lot of artists out there that will do whatever, say whatever, willy-nilly, you know what I mean? But what I'm getting from you, dude, is that, not only is your message important, but you're really speaking for people. Who are these people that you're speaking for?
The people that's just trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? The people who grinding it out, trying to make a way, man. When I did I did a freestyle with E-Double recently, and I was like, this is for the shorty logging out the Uber Eats shift. 2 niggas waiting at her crib to get a retwist. Can't afford to pay for daycare. She let a fiend sit. Type of smoker when the work good, she want clean shit. Like, that's a real scenario. Like, it's a woman that's working and doing Uber Eats that got a crack fiend watching her kids because she can't afford the daycare that's $340 a week.
Yeah, dude.
And she really trying to make it happen. Like, who the fuck is gonna speak for that?
Yeah, dude.
You get what I'm saying? Is somebody who's in jail they got 10 years in jail, and the only person they could call is their grandmother that's 67, and they asking Granny, hey, I need $100 for commissary, and she barely getting by, and she's gonna send it.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
And Connecticut's very dynamic, dude. They're just like, so it's we're a smaller state.
Yeah.
But we've got pockets of everything, dude.
Yeah.
And I think it is a misconception because I know, and maybe you felt this, and this is actually a good question. When you were on the road and you told people you're from Connecticut, what was their reaction?
It wasn't the center of my experience.
Okay.
It wasn't that.
Yeah. Well, I'll share an experience that I had because I remember when I was on the road telling people from Connecticut, they either don't know what's good or New York is kind of where their head is at. And I'm just
right next to New York.
I'm like, yes, but our pizza better.
Yeah, man. That's part of the desperation coming from here too, though.
Yeah.
It's so much polarity. And where I'm from, we kind of surrounded by affluence.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, we surrounded by it everywhere you look. It's Bridgeport, super duper poverty stricken. And then you got Trumbull,
which is 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
If that.
No, from depending on where you are, it's 3 minutes away.
That's what I'm saying. It's yeah.
So you got Trumbull, you got Monroe, you got Fairfield. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about slightly better. I'm talking about extreme wealth.
Yeah, no, you can drive and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you see it. It's
right there. You from PT. You get what I'm saying? There's a private beach in Fairfield that's 4 minutes away with $5 million homes on it.
Yeah, dude, it's really crazy.
And you don't know what you're gonna eat tonight.
Yeah.
That's the dynamic in Bridgeport. And you gotta it makes you want to chase that because you don't see a path. You don't see a legit path to it. You understand what I'm saying?
What's something you'd like to see for the city of Bridgeport?
Them to develop all the waterways. You know what I'm saying? Develop all the waterways. Figure out how to get some grant money to the creatives in the city to build up what they've been trying to do for all these years. Because it's a big creative scene in Bridgeport. It's a lot of culture. If you go downtown Bridgeport, you'll see it taking shape. It's it's a lot of black businesses, you know what I'm saying, downtown, restaurants, nightclubs, brunches, art galleries, so on and so forth. And, I would just like to see people to get in the positioning themselves and to owning something. You know what I'm saying? Because gentrification is happening there as we speak. And it happened in Stamford. It happened in Norwalk. So, along that I-95 corridor, Bridgeport is like the last eyesore.
Dude, I don't know if you remember how Harbor Point used to be and what it is now in Stamford.
It used to be the end.
Crazy, dog. That. It's
I remember it. It was so crazy because my mother went there to get high when I was a kid. Not all the time, but she took me out there on a train.
Yeah.
Or whatsoever. I remember what it was like vividly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And now it's
brunch, dog.
Fairy tale land.
Yeah, what the? It's crazy,
and,
dude.
If you can't afford it, it's over.
Oh yeah, dude.
A studio is $22.50.
Oh yeah, dude. No, Stanford's gotten so expensive, dude.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it to death because that's where I'm born in Stanford and raised in Stanford. But dog, is it expensive, dude?
But it's the way it was happening, people from Stamford and Norwalk, they was living in Bridgeport. Not even being a part of Bridgeport, just living there and carrying about their lives in Stamford and Norwalk.
Yeah.
And it's you wouldn't even know they live in Bridgeport, but it's just so fucking expensive that I'm going to just go get this crib over here and continue my life in Norwalk because this shit is outrageous. And now it's happening in Bridgeport, though.
Yeah, I know, dude.
So it's what could you do? All you could do is try to open some shit and hope for the best.
Yeah, dude, it really is. I want to pull it back to music, but I'll keep it Connecticut, dude. Let's talk the record you got with Webb. How did that record come to be? How did you connect with Webb originally?
Through Fury.
The man, the myth, the legend, dude.
Yeah, through Fury. He was just like, yo, man, Webb is down to do a record with you. You know what I'm saying? He got a real particular set of fans, so the song got to align with what he represents. And I was just like, okay, I'm in the dope dealing and
Yeah.
talking about this struggle and this style of life, and he's in it. Where do we meet in the middle?
Yeah.
And where we met in the middle, in my opinion, was rap.
Yeah.
He a rapping motherfucker.
You both are, dude. Yeah.
So I feel like I'm about to sneeze.
No, you're good. We can cut it out.
Yeah, he a rapping motherfucker, bro. So it was just like I wanted to make a song about people with ghostwriters. And I don't have like nothing super duper against people with ghostwriters. I understand that's part of the music making process, but as for the list I told you I wanted to be included on,
Yeah, they don't got those.
you can't.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing.
You can't. It's like Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa. That was the best season of baseball ever.
Yeah, dude.
But you can't be on this list.
Yeah.
You can't be on this list with Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, no, that's super fair, dude.
Because you look at Tony Gwynn's stats, what if he was on roids?
You know?
You get what I'm saying?
It's not fair, yeah.
You look at the shit Biggie did. What if he had a ghostwriter? How much better would he have been? How many more hit records? Or, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, let's keep this separate.
Yeah, dude. I want to start taking it to the end zone, but I got a couple more questions.
You all ready?
Yeah, dude. I want to talk to you about your streetwear. Well, I know that you're really into the streetwear in Connecticut, just in general, too.
Yeah.
But I know that you have your own brand, Show Love.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when did you start that? And, you know, what, you know, any plans to expand it? What's going on with it?
Yeah, definitely plans to scale it. It came out of necessity, bro, because I wasn't really figuring out where to get the money out of rap. So I was putting music out. I was getting decent reception, and it was like pennies on the dollar. It was barely moving the needle at a point. So it was just like, what the fuck I do to make some more money in this shit? And before you start getting booked and throwing your own shows or getting paid for features, it's like hobby level. Like you just rapping and people saying, yo, that's good. And that's it. You get what I'm saying? So the music came out of, the merch came out of necessity at a point.
Dude, merch is so important too. And I'll drop like some numbers so people can understand this. Like, you would have to listen to a song 5,000 times. 5,000 times for a $20 t-shirt. You know what I mean? Like, that's a low-end t-shirt. You know what I mean? So it's like, merch is so important to artists. And there's a lot of people, you know who's really good with merch? And I know that...
There's a lot of artists who great with merch.
Yeah, Webby's good. But Nems is good
Nems
too. That's who like came to like when I saw Nems, he like had a truck. He had like a merch truck.
Yeah,
dude.
he super like I met Nems, and he was like, yo, hit me, whatever. So I reached out to him, and I was like, yo, I like that orange gorilla hoodie, and he was like, what's your address? And that shit was there like a day or two later, and he ain't asked me for no money or nothing. So I was like, damn, if he moved like that as a favor, I can't imagine how vicious he is when it comes to his business.
Oh, yeah,
you know
dude.
What I'm saying?
He's a funny dude. Dude, I made it into one of those videos, dude. What are they called when he's just like, he's like describing what the person's doing.
Oh, that shit is hilarious, bro.
What's he say?
Don't ever disrespect me.
Oh, yeah. He said to me, there's a video out there, and I encourage people to go try to find it. But I was like sitting like, I'll do it just for the jokes, dude. I was sitting like this, like with my camera or like this, and I'm knocking everything over. But I was sitting like this, and he comes up to me with this camera, and he's like, don't ever disrespect me looking like you're sitting on your boyfriend's lap. Dog, I was like,
he's
he called me
hilarious,
lacking,
bro.
dude.
He do that shit. He'll go to his blog or whatever and just catch people passing by. He quick too.
Yeah, dude. Well, let's take this to the end zone. I got a few more. Why are you the Holy One?
God MC.
That simple?
Yeah.
Moving on. What's next for Sholy?
Holy Was Here is coming out soon. I got a project with The Breed I'm getting ready to drop. We got the merch coming back around because I stepped away from the merch to focus on the rap. I was jealous. The the merch was taking off quicker than the rap was, and I was getting jealous of that shit. Like, nah, I'm a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
I definitely know that feeling, dude.
Yeah, so I took a step back from the merch to focus on the rap shit. We bringing the merch back right now, focusing on the music, the content, you know what I'm saying, and just catching levels, going to the next level.
And if people wanted to connect with you, how could they?
They can find me at Showly54 on everything. As far as my music, you just put in Showly, SHOWLY, Show Love 1, Show Love 2, Dope Sample, Billions, all the features, all the singles. You go on YouTube, you type in Showly, you get the classics, the bars on I-95, the K-Slays, the Sway in the Mornings, the Launch Pads, the On the Radars, you know what I'm saying? And
you got all the material out, dude.
It's undisputed. We're not even going to play with it. You know what I'm saying? Niggas know what it is, man. And you know what I'm saying? When you hear somebody really rapping that shit from around here, when you hear somebody in a lyrical bag that's really trying to put it together, just understand, like, I was in the back of their mind when they did that. Like,
yeah,
for the record.
Let's go, Showly. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the podcast today. I think people are going to take a lot away from this one, too.
For sure, for sure. Appreciate you for having me.
Let's go, dude.
You already.
I want to share with you guys my thought of the day, and my thought of the day is this. You get to decide what your life becomes. If you're going through a dark path or a dark time, you don't need to stay there. You can turn your life around, but you have to have the motivation to do it. You're going to have to want to change before you make it happen. And the situations that you go through do not define you. Remember, the change you want to make starts with you. And you also have to believe before the world does.